Living off the grid. No water, no electricity. This makes building a house a bit tricky. Not that that's going to stop us. So, obviously, the first thing that I had to do was, set the lot challenge to being off the grid, otherwise, why are we doing this? But then I start laying out the shell, and I decide on the good old 2 boxes. What else? Really, what else did you expect? And then, of course, we have to go through the process of roofing. And nobody likes roofing. If they say they do, they are lying to you. But I don't like roofing. This was terrible, especially after I added in the patio. Is that what it's called? Patio is deck? I think decks are on like the side of houses. If it's in the front, it's a patio, right? I don't know. Patio deck thing. After I add the patio deck thing, it just gets more complicated, not complicated. That's not a word. So we just keep on struggling and struggling. I do go for a bit more modern-ish color palette, What's that color palette called where it's modern but not? It's like modern cottagecore. That's not a thing, but is it a thing? I think that modern cottagecore should be a thing, and someone should make it a thing. It's not going to be me, but somebody should. So, we're just working on the patio deck thing some more, as I said. Ski lodge vibes, almost. It's like modern ski lodge vibes. Do you know what I'm talking about? Let me know if I'm making sense, if you know what I'm talking about. Because if you don't know what I'm talking about, that is incredibly awkward. So, the camera spasms aren't too bad this time around. I think it gets worse later. Oh, figuring out a door for this was horrible. It should not have been as difficult as it was. But I have never had this much trouble picking out a door, of all things. And as you can see, it takes me a while. I start putting in windows before I figure out a door, and then I stop putting in windows because I realize I have no idea what the floor plan is going to be, so why would I bother putting in windows? That hasn't happened yet, but it happens in like a couple seconds, I think. Probably. Okay, I guess... it happens at some point. Anyways, then I start landscaping, and this is one of the times that, I actually enjoyed landscaping, it was fun and not terrifying. It could be that I just didn't overcomplicate it this time. You know what wasn't fun? Finding the right type of tree. I turn on debug and everything, or I don't turn on debug. You can see me Googling how to show hidden objects, because it wasn't working for some reason. But I turn on to show the debug thingamajiggies, and... okay, I found the tree at this point, but it took me so long. It should not have taken me that long. This, I'm in not Hedenford on Bagley, the cats and dogs map, but the trees aren't custom to that pack, I don't think, because I couldn't sort by it to find them. I don't know. Anyways, you can see me landscaping. I do the things. Oh, later on, some of this stuff, I used, the buying function for, some of it I found in debug, and later on, I find the stuff that I bought in debug, and then I just don't switch it, because why would I go through all that effort? It's already down, and I can just cheat more money if I need it. It's not like I have a budget here. I didn't give myself a budget. Why would I do that? That is not the point of this video. Anyways, wow, I should have made this go faster. This is taking forever. Wow. We are just... oh yes, I add in a pond because one of the things, and this takes me a while, I'm not used to the terrain terraforming function, specifically making ponds. I never make ponds. Does anybody... I think I just bumped the microphone, I'm so sorry. Does anybody ever really actually make ponds? Is that a thing that people do? Anyways, I make a pond because one of the things with Off the Grid is that, you know, you have to get your own, like, water and stuff. I make it so that they can fish, because I am not a horrible human being. So I make it so that they can fish, and then I think, oh, is this too shallow? So we just start making it deeper I think it ends up being, like, way too deep for a pond, realistically. But this is The Sims 4. We're not here for realism. I put in gardening patches and stuff, which isn't strictly necessary with the whole, Off the Grid thing. That's a different challenge where you have to buy all your groceries before you can cook. But I put the stuff on anyways because the half of this is for the aesthetic, let's be real. I also add some like ducks, fireflies, and like fish to the pond, I think. I honestly don't know. And then we are on to the interior, which I make the little outcrop I do the bathroom. Except smaller so that there's a little area for a desk, which I don't know why I added, because you can't use computers because there's no electricity, so that's just kind of awkward, but it's what I did. So, oh yeah, and as you can see, I put down lights, but I can't use these lights because there's no electricity. Also, ignore that horrible wallpaper I use, like that does not go with the vibes at all, but I change it later, so it's fine. Everything is fine. Anyways, I just start, like, putting down random stuff to actually I think I stick with all of this furniture at the end in the bathroom. I know I keep the shower and the toilet, and I think I keep the sink. I do end up keeping the sink. Huh, I thought I switched up a lot more than I actually did. Finding the mirror for that was weird though. The mirrors in this game are weird, and I am standing by that. Oh yeah, no, I just think about switching it out. I don't actually switch it out. That little table thingamajig gets removed for the candlestick holder thing. I really like the tiling for this. I should use it more often. I really like it. This is incoherent rambling, isn't it? Y'all are just gonna have to deal with that. Anyways, the lighting in this build, for this build, was like the main problem. Do you have any idea how hard it is to light everything using solely candles? I do not. Wow, I struggled. Like, oh geez, that was horrible. Anyways, at this point, we are, yes, finally, I switch out the outside wallpaper anyways, and then we start, setting up the desk thingamajiggy, which, you know, can't use a computer, kinda useless, whatever, I already said that, so we're just going, and we're sticking with the modern rustic vibes. That's, yeah, that's the term for the vibes of this build, modern rustic. I've figured it out. I have found the linguistic terms. I obviously don't know what I'm saying. Oh, I wanted to put fish in this build at some point. Not like fish like in the outside pond, but like a fish tank. I ran out of room, which sucks, because fish are really cool. Okay? Like, I don't care if you think they're boring, you are wrong. They are just the coolest thing. Have you ever been in an aquarium? The coolest thing. Obviously in The Sims, they're boring, but like, IRL, they are the coolest. Anyways, I put some little candle thingamajiggies on the desk, some clutter, I'm not a complete heathen. And then I light up everything else so I can see what I'm building. I put down a rug, you know, put up some wall art, and then we start making the dining room, because I decided that for once I'm making an entire dining room. The space that I decided to put it in is a bit tricky, so I adjust that a lot. But you know what I'm really bad at? Making sectioned off rooms, okay? Like, I always have open floor plans. Obviously the bedrooms and the bathrooms aren't open floor plan. I don't know how you would do that, but like everything else, kitchen, dining room, living room, it's always combined. I'm really bad at sectioning things off, like, rigidly. I don't know. I don't get how people do it. People that do that, good for you. I put up more wall art and stuff, you know, I am decorating the modern rustic, you know the vibes we're going for. Oh, the thing with, like, half of the candles in The Sims 4 are, from the Seasons pack, and the, specifically for, like, various holidays, and obviously I'm not about to use those for a build. I don't know, it seems rude. I don't know if it actually is. So, I have like 3 different candle options I can use, and I don't want to repeat them too much, so I use the little jar fairy light things. A lot. Like, a lot. Alright, I had to go let my dog outside, so I have completely lost my train of thought if I had one in the first place. I don't think I did. Anyways, I start putting out some activities and stuff to do because, like, they can't have a computer. Might as well do some other stuff. I wanted to fit a whole piano in there, as you can see. Obviously, that didn't end up working out, but the thought was there. And then finding a couch that fit in that area and had the correct vibes was more difficult than I would thought it would be. And then finding a coffee table that didn't look too low. Why are all of the coffee tables so big? Why aren't they lowered to the floor? Like, aren't coffee tables supposed to be, like, relatively low to the floor? Am I crazy? Is this not a thing? I don't know. Eventually, I change it from 2 couches to 2 couches and to a couch, not 2 couches, a couch and 2 chairs. And then I think that also leaves more room for, like, activity thingamajiggies, and then I end up using a little coffee table thing from high school years, which I don't think that this style of build was the intention behind it. Oh, I switch out this rug that I'm putting down right now because it's actually the same one as over by the desk, which obviously is just unacceptable. So that happens later. I use this column of candles things, and I'm not sure what style of build that's supposed to be used in. I actually remembered to put curtains up. Astounding, I know. And then we get to work on the bedroom, which I decide to make pink and yellow as, like, the primary colors, because who's gonna stop me? You guys can't. You're just watching this happen. So, and then, finding a dresser was also a bit tricky. Obviously, I stick with that one. And then lighting, I thought that was cute, but I didn't know, like, how culturally important it was, so I didn't want to use it. Anyways, so I use the same candles that I think I use in the dining room, and obviously I use those little fairy light thingamajiggies some more. And then those side tables are actually from whatchamacallit, the the Growing Together pack, as it is called. And here, obviously, I'm rearranging because I realized I don't have a kitchen. I forgot to put in a kitchen. And then I cheat some more money, so I switch out some carpets. I don't know what'll happen here. But yeah, pink and yellow were the primary colors from that, and then I use more yellow in the kitchen because, like I said, you can't stop me. So, this is just kitchen stuff, really. Setting out the counters, and then picking out, like, fridges and stuff. Putting a sink under a window. Okay, look, if there is a window in your kitchen setup, you have to put the sink under it. I don't make the rules, that's just how it is. So, we set up everything else. Really, I don't know what you want from me here. I don't think I end up putting any candles there, but I add another thingamajig, I put in a rug, and then I think we're mostly done. It looks like the thingamajig is almost done. Yeah, this is gonna be— oh yes! I finally switch out the rug for something that isn't a repeat. I put up some wall art, and voila! We are done. Da-da-da-da-da. Oh wait, no. I put up the flower baskets. Okay, now we're done. Subscribe.